McQueen and Jamie Rogers on the front row though. Louis Harvey and Matty Hingley on the second. From Louis Weaver and Lucas Ellingham, Jack Lilly and Kian Sang. There's going to be great battles further back because you've got Sam Gornall and Sam Hawthorne in the mix. Watch out for the likes of Lorenzo Cordell outside the top 20. Maciej Camara shouldn't be that low down either, nor should Kasper Skuza. So right the way through this field, you've got a lot of drivers who are out of position who will want to charge through. Here we go, on board with Louis Harvey, up to the first corner. And already he is in a big fight with Matty Hingley as they go through the first couple of corners. And there's a lot of side-by-side going on. Looked like there was a bit of a tight one for Kasper Skuza as he worked his way through. Back on board with Harvey, and that is Caden McQueen fighting for the lead with Jamie Rogers, and he gets through. That was a very nice manoeuvre from Caden McQueen. He really knows how to pick his moments on the opening lap, and he's managed to get himself into first position. So Caden McQueen out in front. New colours for him in the lead of the race, because normally we see him on the Madcrock chassis. Not this time. He is out there having a fantastic battle in the lead, but it's very different for Caden McQueen because he's now on the Zip car with Madcrock. So very different times for Caden McQueen as he charges his way forward. But now Rogers gets a little bit wide in the final bend. Louis Harvey hoping to steal the position, but Matty Hingley is storming up the inside instead. Can he hold on? Louis Harvey very defensive on the way up to Brian's Bends, and as they come through the dog leg, unfortunately Matty Hingley is held up. So Ellingham now going to try and get his move on the inside and a spin. Oh dear, oh dear. Now was that Ellingham or was that Louis Weaver? It was very hard to see from the drone, but I think that might have been Lucas Ellingham.
Yeah, I think it was Lucas Ellingham. The one man on the move is Sam Gornall, championship leader after round one, starting P12 in this final. He'd have been disappointed with that. He was up 4 places as he went through the line at the end of the first lap.
Yeah, Lucas Ellingham has gone from the fray, so that is unfortunate. What a shame. He really does seem to get the raw end of the stick far too often, Lucas Ellingham. If you snapped his kart in half, it would have bad luck written through it like Blackpool Rock. A little later on into the race, and you can see that Louis Harvey's now under pressure from Tom Wood. Tom Wood is trying to get his way through. This is not going to be particularly easy to make his way through either, because once Louis Harvey is on the defensive, he's actually on the offensive. He gets through on Sam Gornall, and Gornall loses ground. Look at the train that's building up in the middle of the gaggle.
And Sam Gornall obviously up to, well, he's up to 4th place when he went through the line last time, so starting P12, already up to 4th for the championship leader after round 1, so he's on the move forward and just gone back one.
Well, look at the lead that has been built up by Caden McQueen. He's gone. He's absolutely ancient history for the rest of these guys. He's romping it out in the lead, but Rogers is under severe pressure here from Louis Weaver, and then the chasing back behind. Gornall has lost quite a bit of ground now. That looks to me like he's down to about, what is it, 8th? It is indeed, because Watts is ahead, then Harvey, Wood and Sang. They've all got through. Pritchard Williams is now the next one to try and get past him. And then you've got Rippin, Hingley, a little bit of a gap back to Hawthorne and Cordell. But Brandon Klein, Nagelvoort and Tristan Rennie are lining up with Jack Lilly. This is such a plethora of talent. Look at it. You've got 10 of them in a line, all wanting second place. Absolutely astonishing. Watts is going to squeeze in. That is the narrowest gap in history to get through on Louis Weaver, and he's stuck it in.
Jamie Rogers is acting like a cork in the bottle at the moment. On board here with Louis Harvey, looking back on Tom Wood.
Oh, I tell you what, there's a little bit of pushing and shoving going on. A massive amount of places lost for Louis Harvey. He's now got to try and find some way of getting it back again, but he's got to gather it all up first. This is tough stuff. A very tough lap the last time around for Louis Harvey. That's Charlie Rippin in front of him. He lost a grand total of 6 places in the space of 2 bends, but as he gets squeezed there in the side-by-side with Jamie Rogers, now he's going to fight to stay in front of Harvey. Harvey gets him, and now he's got to try and keep a wide enough trajectory to stop Brandon Klein Nagelvoort getting through. Too late. Klein Nagelvoort found the gap up the way to the back straight. Brilliantly timed. Now Harvey's going to try and make the move on the inside to get the place as he gets on the inside line, makes his move on Lorenzo Cordell, and that picks up another place. But look, they're still squeezing each other as they battle for position. This is absolutely raw, rough and ruthless.
And whatever problems Jamie Rogers had, as you can see later in the race, he's dropping down the field in a hurry. Rogers is out of the race, Jake. Started P2 and gone.
He's crossed the line in 31st position, so he may still be circulating, but in essence, you're right. He's out of contention for the victory now. and he's never going to get that back again with 5 minutes 45 left on the clock. So now everyone else will battle away for it. This is Matty Hingley with Lorenzo Cordell right underneath him. So some great battles. There is Cordell. Louis Harvey is caught up to him on the inside line. Lovely slice on the inside from the Cato Motorsport driver trying to retaliate, but Louis Harvey has already got him. So now they come off the turn. This is Jenson Watts in second place. McQueen is 7.5 seconds ahead. When was the last time you saw anyone in this competitive a field that far ahead of an amazing competition like this one?
Sam Gornall sets the fastest lap, and the reason he is 7 seconds ahead, Jake, is because in that early running, of course, as we've got another move there for second place. That looks like Louis Weaver through to second on Jenson Watts. But Jamie Rogers' problem earlier on, causing the bottleneck for the other drivers trying to get past, that allowed Caden McQueen to get clear, and he can now just stop off, have a bit of a KFC takeaway and still win the race.
No, don't tell him that, because he probably will, knowing Caden McQueen. He'll have a quick one and then still have about a 1.5 second lead on the rest of the field.
Can I just say, other takeaways are available.
Oh, surely they're not. Anyway, up to the first quarter. Weaver, Watts, Wood, Gornall, Pritchard, Williams and Matty Hingley in an absolute train as they run through. The locomotive for the moment is Louis Weaver, but these carriages want to take command. So Jenson Watts just waiting for his moment. Now, being the second one in the train is a pretty special place to be, because the one at the front is actually doing all the hard work, cutting through the air, pushing hard with the tyres and overworking the brakes. But the drivers have these incredible dashes on their steering wheels. They can monitor everything from engine temperature to water temperature. They'll get a feeling of what's going on. Oh, that was a little bit cheeky from Sam Gornall in the braking zone. Now, we call that loading. He just got a little bit too close to the back bumper and said, "You're in my way. I'm just going to nudge you to the side for a bit."
A little later in the race, as they go through the line, battles all the way through the field, and that is Sam Gornall, and he is now through to third place.
And that's a tough man to go against. Jenson Watts is never going to give you enough space to go wheel to wheel without feeling the aggro. Weaver has managed to get a couple of tenths of a second clear of this battle now, so his move came at exactly the right time. But this is going to be tough now, because Gornall, Watts, Hingley and Pritchard Williams, that is a mean quartet to go racing with. And they are going to struggle to settle this one out without a few bits of dust kicked up. Oh, and I proved the point right there. Jenson Watts, arms in the air. I just got booted out of the race. Did you see that? Oh, he is absolutely fuming.
He's sitting there in the background. He's going to get it going again. You can just see him leaving the tyres now. He's getting going, but he was right up there in contention for a podium spot, and all of a sudden he is down in, well, wherever it is. He's going back down 29th, is it? 29th place.
Yeah, I think he's going to be
30th.
He'll be behind Ben Ballou, I think, and that is devastating for Jenson Watts. But he's going to look back over that and go, come on, I just got absolutely assassinated from this motor race. And it doesn't look as though the guy who did it is going to have anything happen to him. But of course, if Alan Bryan has seen that...
If he has, that's the key.
Yeah.
If he has seen it, he will take action. But the officials, the human beings, they're trying to watch 30 carts, 34 carts in a race. They don't always see every single thing. So they may have seen him just spin off and hit the tyres, but they may not know exactly what happened.
Right, well, Matty Hingley is suddenly dropping away. Now that's interesting, because Matty Hingley was involved in that, so he has suddenly plummeted from the fray. I wonder if maybe his comeuppance, if he was the instigator, did he get damage from that? So that may be the just desserts that Jenson Watts was looking for. But his teammate, Caden McQueen, absolutely annihilates the field. That is the absolute rout from Caden McQueen. Weaver will come through for second. Gornall in front of Pritchard Williams. Oh, and even in the last bend, Jamie Perrelli goes on a rodeo ride with Brandon Klein-Nagelvor, and that gives Charlie Rippin the place. Goodness me, this has been one of the most ruthless finals we've ever seen in Ultimate Karting Championship. My goodness. But that is a brilliant win from Caden McQueen ahead of Louis Weaver and Sam Gornall. Pritchard Williams in fourth from Tsang, Cordell and Rippin. Great racing at Warden Law again.